The Republic of the Philippines. The Philippines is a land of great beauty. Everywhere you go, you see the beauty of these over 7,000 islands, filled with over 100 million people. But one of the greatest beauties is its ever-changing rice fields. As we look at the progression of these rice fields, we see that they are like the progression in the Lord's ministry. Both begin with preparation. In the rice fields, the preparation is plowing the fields to prepare the ground for the seed. In God's ministry, the preparation begins with prayer. Prayer is the key for every aspect of God's ministry. Seeking God's leadership and blessings and asking God to open hearts is what is needed to begin. The next step is planting. In the rice fields, it takes people, time, and effort to place each seed into the ground. We have a song that is sung in the Philippines during the planting time, which goes like this.
Planting rice is no fun from the dawn to set of sun. Cannot stand, cannot sit, cannot rest for a little bit.
It's no small task to plant the rice fields. In God's ministry, there are many ways to plant the seed of salvation in God's Word, such as door knocking, tracts distribution, visitation, Sunday school, extension classes, youth camps, a Christian academy, and new mission works, just to name a few. The next step is the growing time. In the rice fields, each field grows at a different rate and produces a different amount of crop. In God's ministry, the growing comes through listening to the preaching of God's Word, listening to the teaching of God's Word, Bible studies, one-on-one discipleship, and even a Bible college. The last but most exciting step is the reaping. In the rice fields, there are many steps to the reaping process, but each one is important to get the greatest harvest. In God's ministry, there are many levels of the reaping process. There are souls being saved, baptizing of those who have been saved, increased attendance in the church, service to the Lord and to His ministries in the church. Surrendering of lives to follow God. Missions organized into New Testament Baptist churches. And sending out young people to start the whole process in a new place. As we see the rice fields and realize that this process goes on year after year, we must also see God's ministry and realize that it keeps going on and on and on and on. Not just in the Philippines, but around the world. John and Pam Quinlan have been laborers in the field of the Philippines for 37 years. God has truly blessed them through these years. But there are still many souls that need to be reached. Matthew 9:37 and 38 says, Then saith he unto his disciples, The harvest is truly plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. Will you be a joint laborer with them in the Philippines? Or maybe somewhere else in the world? Will you take the challenge today to pray that the Lord of the harvest will send forth laborers into his harvest? Even if it means you, even if it means your son or your daughter. If not you, who? If not the Philippines, where?